Hello, my friend. We are moving now from the story of Eden and the adultery commandment to the story of bloodshed that's starting with Cain and Abel, ending up with the rainbow commandment. It's interesting that all the sections of the Torah, from Cain and Abel up to the flood and the rainbow covenant, all of them, all the stories there revolve around one thing only, or mainly, bloodshed. And I'll show you. I start with Cain and Abel, followed by the murder of Cain himself, how he was killed finally. And then the story of mankind splitting into two camps that fought each other with terrible bloodshed. One camp headed by those who worship mercy, and one camp headed by those who followed Elohim, the judgment. And those two camps couldn't get along with each other. They couldn't even marry each other. And that was part of the story of the bloodshed that plagued mankind before the flood. And then following the story of Noah, how he thought about it, and how he fought against it, and how he got finally a covenant new covenant with God, the rainbow covenant, which is all of it is predicated on bloodshed. The rainbow covenant is not about not necessarily about adultery, not about adultery, but bloodshed. Third, Noahide commandment. So if I had to paint with one color, the whole section, I'll paint it red to signify that the entire story, all the stories are about bloodshed. The same way that I would paint the story of Eden with pink, because it's about love, heavenly love, sexual love, marriage, adultery, going naked, all that revolving around this adultery, number 2 of Noah. So I would paint it pink, arbitrarily. And in the same way, I could paint the story of the Genesis, chapter 1, that presents you idolatry, which means the name of God, whom you should worship, and how idolatry came to be possible. All that is presented in chapter 1. So I can paint the entire chapter 1 with gold to signify that the entire chapter deals with one commandment. So we have gold for idolatry, pink for adultery, and now red with bloodshed. So as we survey now the book of Genesis, we realize that actually it's built to move the reader from one commandment to the next. We just said you move from number one, idolatry, to adultery, to bloodshed. And the story continues because after the flood, we will learn about Abraham, and lo and behold, he's dealing with theft, organized theft. We've learned about it, which is number 4. So the whole section of Abraham can be painted with another color. And then followed by the story of Jacob. And all the story of Jacob revolve around one topic, seeking justice, which is number 5 of Noah commandment. And then we move to the story of Joseph being sold by brothers, which is blasphemy, act of blasphemy. So I can paint the whole story of Joseph also with a certain color. So as we see, the entire book of Genesis is built according to the commandment list, taking us from one commandment to another. So the result of it is very important in relationship, let's say, to the order. So if you ask yourself, well, what is the right order of the commandment? Which one comes first? Which come second? You know, there is a debate. Now that we see the book of Genesis, how it's constructed, from now on you will have no doubt. The order is idolatry, adultery, bloodshed, theft, injustice, and blasphemy. 6 of Adam. Those commandments were given to Adam in Eden. The rest of the commandments were added. But those primordial 6 actually dictate the flow of the book of Genesis, of the event. So we talk about the commandment, the order, and now let's see, as we move on to bloodshed from Eden, the transition is important because the commandment, the 6th commandment of Adam, actually comprised of two types. The first 2, idolatry and adultery, were given in Eden and could be violated in Eden. And that's what they did indeed. They violated idolatry by not listening to God. That's sort of idolatry. And they committed adultery when Eve cohabited with a serpent if she was a married woman. So those 2 commandments, primordial commandment, comprise a primordial sin, and they were given in Eden and could be violated there. What about the rest? Bloodshed, theft, and they have no relevance to Eden. You couldn't kill in Eden under the tree of life. There was no death. And you couldn't steal. There was no private ownership. There had no meaning in Eden. And there was no society, so there was no civil order. And certainly no blasphemy, because blasphemy is the secretion of God's name in the eyes of others. There were no others. So the 4, beside the first 2, the rest, the other 4 were given to Adam in Eden but they could not be violated in Eden. So they were given as potential laws in case that Adam and Eve would be driven out. So they were given at a level of wisdom. It could be practiced, yet they were given. So Adam and Eve knew about it, but on a theoretical level, what we call chokhmah, bina, theoretical level of wisdom, but not da'at, not intimate relationship. It's a chokhmah, bina, da'at, acronym Chabad. Chokhmah and bina are general conception, but da'at, knowledge, da'at, it refers to intimate knowledge that you achieve by experience, by first encountering the topic. Like Adam knew his wife, so she gave birth. Intimate relationship. He did know her theoretically, but on the level of that. So now we understand the meaning of the tree of knowledge that they were forbidden to eat in Eden. It's knowledge there is that, not wisdom. People who are not aware of it make mistake. The thing that God forbade Adam and Eve to know. It's not to know. It's called to have a first encounter with evil. Yes, they would, in case they eat it, they are condemned to die on earth, to encounter death on earth. Then they will know death, evil, firsthand, on experience. They couldn't have such a knowledge, intimate knowledge in Eden. So that's the name of the tree. Which means the transition that we are dealing now, transition from number 2, adultery, to bloodshed, required mankind to be exposed, to expose the possibility of death, killing. So it should be available to them, the death. They should not live under the tree of life, but under the angel of death. And also, it's not enough, but they should have now the desire to do it. So the transition to earth was accompanied also with increasing desire to do evil, to kill. And that's important. Those desires that we acquired by moving from Eden to earth is called in Kabbalah the skin. In Eden, Adam and Eve were covered with light, or Aleph, Vav, Resh, light. But on earth, the orb with Aleph turned to orb with Ayin, skin. And the skin represents everything we desire on earth that we didn't even desire up there in Eden. See. So that transition was accompanied with the possibility to kill, which means to live along with the angel of death, to get out of the tree of life, and to live under the angel of death, accompanied with the new acquisition of skin, of desires. All that plays a role in Cain killing Abel. So that's our topic today. We are discussing this transition between Eden and earth and between the commandment of adultery in Eden to commandment of bloodshed on earth. So now we understand that God preceded that by teaching Adam the prohibition to kill. So he knows that when he's driven out to live on earth, there is a Torah that tells him, do not kill. But the Torah is now highlighted, activated on earth. And we'll discuss it maybe later on, that the whole idea was what God gave him in his kindness, this kind of Torah to tell him not to kill, to overcome his skin, to purify himself, and to restore himself to the purity that he had in Eden. So our journey on earth is only to allow us, or our soul, to get purified and to step up in the way we were before the sin. So that's the purpose of the commandment. And now, as we talk about these primordial topics that precede now the first killing, our job is to now discuss Cain and Abel, and that we'll do next class. And we talk about another thing that accompanied the transition, and that is a new awareness of Hashem, the merciful one. They acquired it on earth, something they didn't have in Eden. The merciful one, in terms of God that hates cruelty. It's not just the law. God hates, Hashem hates murder because it's cruel. It's against what she's standing for. And that tell you how the Torah now going to bring up another commandment with the Rainbow Covenant of prohibition to eat blood and a limb from an animal, living animal, which is a new commandment that Noah added on top of Adam's 6. Because he got a new perception of what Hashem is all about. Okay? Have a nice evening. See you next week. Take care.